Hello, everyone. This is Pimpy, if you don't recognize.
Hi, sweetie. Look at you. You look so happy. You look so, I was saying earlier, you're shiny. You look good. You look happy.
Because of this. Shiny.
Yeah.
Reflects. Thank you, Pimpy. You look amazing. God bless, for real. I'm so happy to see you. And today, you know, what I was thinking, Pimpy, I was thinking to start this chat before we jump into precious metals, of course. That's my favorite topic, really. But I would like to talk about crypto, because let's call it like crypto for complete beginners. This is me. Like no clue, like lost in space, like for the dummies, all right?
Okay.
And you are one of the best teachers, in my opinion, to educate people as far as explain even the most complicated system in simple words. So can you tell me now, how is this crypto situation? Because from my very little knowledge, I think this will be a main form of payment soon.
So as far as the utility purposes of cryptocurrencies, I know enough just to be, commenting on it. But as far as the functionality and the purpose of it, and then, relating to what's going on in today's current events, people, I never made any secret about my feelings towards cryptocurrencies. And I always felt like, and I've been saying this since 2018, people are like, oh, it's total anonymity, it's total privacy, peer-to-peer. The government doesn't know what you're doing with your money. They can't keep track of it. All these things. And I was like, They're like, there's no regulations. And this is our way to circumvent the banks. And there's no taxes. And I was like, oh, yeah, so that'll change. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, it's a type of disruptive technology. And so I said, there's no way in hell that the government will allow this type of disruptive technology without first having already invented it and already played with it, figured out all the loopholes, and then what they need to do to get the masses to support it. People thought I was crazy. And what we just found out, there was 1972, Navy had released some type of paperwork on how to create cryptocurrencies. So it's been around for a while. That's how this works. So I said, right now it's total anonymity, but it'll change. And sure enough, I was right. Look what's happening now. The government are regulating it. Now we're paying taxes on it. People who thought it was total anonymity got arrested when they were on the dark web for doing some real nefarious things with it, buying drugs, children trafficking. Yes. I mean, all kinds of things. So there's no total anonymity. These people all got arrested. So I said, this is just their way of trying to indoctrinate us, in my opinion, but I wasn't sure why at first. And then all of a sudden, of course, the Great Reset came up. So, here's my thing. There's too many different types of coins out there. Either one or two things.
Pimpy, can I ask you a question? Okay, let's say you have someone like me who doesn't own any crypto, no Bitcoin, no XRP, no other names that I don't even know. And I just have like precious metals, but I feel maybe it would be good for me to even have a little of those crypto coins. So tell me, is this like how we go even about it? Like where we buy this? Like literally, I even don't know how to start this thing.
Okay, so I mean, when I do my videos, you guys know down below, I post all my links down there.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I post my links, there's one that says you could go buy cryptocurrencies here. So if you follow that link, it'll take you to where you could buy cryptocurrencies. Okay. Now they give you $10 just for going. Once you sign up, you take that link. When you do your videos, put it down there so other people can follow the link and go there to buy coins too. And so that's, plus they give you like $10 for people coming referral. So it's a good way to they pay you in cryptocurrency. So, Bitcoin. So it's a good way to pick up a couple of pieces of Bitcoin as you go along, just for referring people. But you go there and then all your cryptocurrencies are there. You have to get set up in there, just follow the instructions. It's really user friendly. Okay. Very user friendly. So when you get there, just answer the questions, get yourself set up. When you're set up, then you go through there. And I would stick to the main ones. You're going to have a million different people telling you a million different, cryptocurrencies are the best. Everybody thinks theirs is the best. So what I've been able to find out is there's these utility uses for these coins. And so as I go through them, the one, for me, this is just my opinion only. I'm not trying to steer people this way, but I just said, when I look at all the different use cases for cryptocurrency, I can't see anything out there that can outdo what Ethereum is setting themselves up to do right now. They are literally setting themselves up in this ecosystem that covers everything. Insurances, medical insurances, bank transactions, all these different things are already setting it up. And the people that help create Bitcoin, some of these programmers, are now working on projects with Ethereum. So Bitcoin was never supposed to be a permanent coin. It was just a way to get going, and everybody else will build up. Now, I'd heard rumors and seen articles where the people that are with Bitcoin, their intentions are to merge or purge over with Ethereum. So if that's the case, now again, I could not find any articles. I just was listening to some of these YouTubers. If this is the case, well, then that means the value of Bitcoin, in my opinion, as well as the customer base, is transferred over to Ethereum, which would make Ethereum the most powerful coin. Now, is that possible? We'll find out. But again, Ethereum has the most use cases. XRP, on the other hand, has all these smart contracts with all the financial different institutions, the central banks all over the place, regular banks, PayPal, all these different things, they're linked to it. So my thought was they intend to use XRP as a type of banking coin, and then Ethereum would be used for another entire economy system, e-commerce kind of system. But again, there's other people who are way more knowledgeable. My concern with cryptocurrencies is this, and I say this, and I know my little crypto bugs get mad. There's no difference between a fiat dollar and a cryptocurrency. Nothing to support it whatsoever. There's no intrinsic value to it. It's just a digital coin. So of course that should be a fear. You know what I mean? We know this has happened. So when for whatever reason the tokens start to crash in value, well, people panic and they go to their platforms, amateurs, speculators, and they go to sign in, and you can't sign in. So let's say you have I'm just using this as a hypothetical. Let's say you own a Bitcoin, a full one. $56,000 it's worth, and all of a sudden it drops down to 53,000, 50,000, 47,000. You start going, whoa, wait a minute, that's a lot of money. So you want to go sell it or move it or do something. You go to sign into the platform and you can't get in. But meanwhile, the coin is going down, and that has happened several times. All the past 4 major huge value swings in cryptocurrencies, you can't get into Robinhood or any of the platforms. They all went down magically. So my concern is, if that happens, how are you supposed to go in to protect yourself? What happens if the power goes out? Yeah. You can be hacked. You can forget your password. I mean, there's all kinds of things that I'm concerned about when it comes to cryptocurrencies. I'm not a fan, and I don't have any faith in it. But I'm also smart enough to know that there's a window of opportunity to invest in it. And we're in that window right now, as you can see. Like, I don't think Bitcoin's done going up. There's a person was making a case for why silver was going to go up today. Not today, but silver is going to go up at the same time Bitcoin does, because we all know there's a silver shortage. So what they're thinking of doing is, as the people move up to cryptocurrencies and they see these huge profits, then if silver moves along with it, what they're thinking of doing is that people would cash in their silver as it moves up in value, buy it into cryptocurrencies. So this person was trying to make a case for why the two will probably go together. I liked what his idea was, but it's hard for me to feel too positive about cryptocurrencies at this moment. If you pay attention to the Great Reset, they're trying to push this 100% into digital currency. Do you really trust the government when it comes to them controlling our 100% of our digital currency? What happens if they don't like the way you're talking about a subject? What happens if they don't like you saying anything about the 17th letter or the 45th president? And they just go, oh, oops, oh, something happened to your digital money. And you can't even go to the bank to get your money out. If they run negative interest rates, you lose your money. If they increase inflation, you lose your money. And this is what China is doing. So they have this social scoring, and it's linked to your bank account. So if you jaywalk across the street, you get hit with the jaywalking ticket and it automatically takes the money out of your account. Well, what happens if the little computer glitches? What happens if you're not jaywalking? What happens if you're nowhere near a street? What happens if your fine's $35, but instead they take out $3,500 by mistake? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
then you have to go
I do.
all the hassle of trying to wait for them to get your money back, and it's 100% digital, and you really lose all your control. So do you trust the government to be in control of all of our money? If I wanted the masses to do something, it's real simple. Hey, either y'all get your vaccination right now, or you don't get your money. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I know that sounds maybe a little tinfoil hat wearing, but
no, but this is the thing I have to tell you, since I started to learn about precious metals from you last year. That was for me very natural way of approaching this, and I just felt this like from my intuition and instinct that that's what I want to do. I would rather protect or put as much as I can into precious metals, especially silver, of course, because gold is higher. But now I spoken to someone, and he presented this cryptocurrency to me in a way that I thought, maybe I could consider whatever I can afford, even a small amount in like XRP. Or I never felt good about
the best way to do this. Here's what I would suggest. So there's nothing wrong with diversifying. You know what I mean? Just to cover your butt. I would imagine that. I trust my money more in cryptocurrencies than I do the bank. You know what I mean? Because if a bail-in happens, they take your money. At least in crypto, then you can take your cryptocurrency offline. You know what I mean? You can put it on a nano ledger. So if something happens, you still have your money on a ledger. It's just a matter of waiting to whatever this event is to get over, so you can have access back to your money. But I trust cryptocurrencies more than I do the bank. You know what I mean? I don't hold no money in the bank, only enough to pay my bills. I just don't trust them. But there's nothing wrong with diversifying. But here's what I would say to people: whatever money you're putting into cryptocurrencies, no matter how small or large it is, you have to ask yourself, this amount of money that I'm putting into cryptocurrencies right now, if I lost it all tomorrow, how is it going to affect my life? If you can't pay your bills, or you become homeless, or you can't eat, or you know what I mean, then don't put that money in there. But if you're like, look, I still have enough money to be fine. I'm paying my bills. I can eat, not that I'm happy about losing the money, but it hasn't changed my life that much, other than the fact that I lost the money and I'm upset about it, then that should be the amount you invest in it. You know what I mean? That's what I say about most investments is, you use discretionary funds, outside of precious metals. I never feel like there's going to be any real loss to it whatsoever. I don't care about the paper market. It's a long-term hold that's going to pay off big time. So, but cryptocurrencies, if it's all gone tomorrow, how does that affect your life? And that's how you know how much money to put into it.
Yeah, because honestly, like Pimpy, like I really have no clue. So this crypto is like, it's not, you don't hold it, it's not tangible. There is like this wallet or something, right? And you check, but that's what I mean. Like, I feel like I'm not really in full control of it. Even like
you're not.
You own it, but it's like, I cannot hold it.
But I mean, what do you do with this? So people always go, well, you use it like money. And I go, yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. But like less than 3% of the people that own Bitcoin use it to buy things. So its use case is it's not being used for what it was for. Okay, so people are investing in it. That's it. So as far as everybody using it as some type of currency, don't get me wrong. Overseas, they have these ATM cards that you can select the cryptocurrency you want to use, which is nice.
But sorry to interrupt you. It's like all around the world now, I'm watching, there is more and more banks like Visa, Mastercard, whatever. They are literally creating this as a very, like, it's going to take over as a form of payment.
Well, again, when people were talking about why cryptocurrencies were made, they used to tell us, total anonymity, peer-to-peer, no regulation, no taxes. While the regulations are here, the taxes are here, the government knows. But here's the thing. We're supposed to be getting away from using cryptocurrencies to get away from the bad bankers, but it's the bankers that actually control, believe it or not, a lot of the cryptocurrencies. So if that's the case, or, let's just say I'm wrong. Let's say they don't, although they're investing in it, but let's say they don't. Do you honestly believe the bankers who have been for over 100 years now, well, longer than that, using the bank to influence politics, to do control governments.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me they're going to allow some type of new disruptive technology to come out that takes the goose that laid a golden egg away from them? No, they're not going to allow it to happen. They're already creating their own central bank digital coin, the CBDC. So what I see happening is as soon as they test run it and it works and everything is good, they'll just find an excuse to outlaw cryptocurrencies and force you into their currency. That's what I think the game plan was all along. India's getting ready to ban all cryptocurrencies. China's talking about it because they want to force people to use their digital yuan. So you can already see the writing on the wall. I would say just be careful. Hopefully I'm wrong and there's a good reason to keep it around. But one of the tokens out there I thought was kind of neat was XO or OX, one or two. So you could put an asset on a token. So like my house, the pink slip for my house, everything about it would be on my token. So if I wanted to sell this, you wouldn't need a realtor. You just come up with agreement, cash value, yes. You exchange the token for the money. And now that person owns your house outright. That would be the way to exchange titles. So I was like, well, there's some convenience there. There's no real estate fees. There's no nothing. It's peer to peer. No big deal. You come up with agreement and now they own the token. And that token gives them ownership to your asset, whether it's cars, houses or whatever. So there are some neat tokens out there, but I just 100% digital. I just don't trust it. This person tried to tell me, well, Bitcoin only has so many tokens. And I go, yeah, until when they push a button to create more. And I was being smart alecky, of course, but then now all of a sudden JP Morgan's like, well, we could use this as a type of stock and sell derivatives. And I was like, there you go. All they have to do is push it just like that. What they're talking about doing is increasing the amount of Bitcoin that's out there, just like I said they would. So no, I don't trust it. But again, there's a window of opportunity to make money on it. This is that time. And besides, in the worst case scenario, if you get scared and you want to get out of it, money metals, you can buy precious metals using your cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so let's say I go to this link of yours. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. I can walk you through.
So let me ask you this. I go to your link and then it's like, crypto for dummies, like for me. I'm not dummy, but I'm dummy in subject of crypto. So yeah. I go there, I buy this XRP, a little, whatever it is. And then it's like in this wallet or something like that. And how I sell it, like how I can.
So when you go into your system, you go to like your own dashboard. Your dashboard gives you all the information you need, says how many of each cryptocurrencies you own, what the current balances are, the current values of all yours in there. And then you have on the top, it says buy, sell, or convert.
Okay.
So if you want to buy more, you could buy, just choose which one and how much. Sell, you just choose which cryptocurrency and how much you want to sell it for. And then you can tell to deposit it into your bank and it'll show up the next day. For me, it does anyways. Or convert. Let's say you're like, I'm not happy, Bitcoin's not really moving, but XRP is really taking off. So I want to convert some of my Bitcoin, and you put the dollar amount into XRP and it'll tell you how many tokens of this one for that one, and you confirm it. I'll walk you through it.
So question here, can I convert this into precious metals also?
Yeah, Money Metals allows you to buy precious metals using cryptocurrencies. A lot of different kinds too, not just Bitcoin, but Ethereum and other ones on there, which is really cool.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about silver, Pimpy. What's happening with silver now?
So we, as everybody that paid attention to the silver market, we on the back of the GameStop stock, which made news everywhere around the world. We saw how a group of people paid attention to what the bad people were doing and took advantage of their crimes to benefit them by doing something legal, is the way I look at it. So we saw these hedge fund people, they had short GameStop stock. In other words, for those who don't know what short means, they're betting on the value of the stock to go down. They make money on it going down in value. And of course, they also manipulate the value. And what they do by that is, of course, they put a bunch of shorts on there. It gives the impression that something's wrong. And then people start selling their stock because they don't know what's going on. They don't have the basics of how the stock market works. The problem is what was exposed is they shorted 140% of that stock. So everybody's like, whoa, wait a minute. how did you short 140%? There's only 100% of anything. So
what the heck?
Oops, you know what I mean? So they got exposed. Meanwhile, a group of investors off of this website decided to all get a bunch of money together, and they bought a crap load of GameStop stock, and it caused the value to go up. So the hedge funds people were losing billions a day, and these guys were making millions a day. One guy off $10,000 made 25 million. So it's just they ganged up. They used the crime committed by the bad people and did it a legal way to benefit it. So they waited for them to manipulate the market. They did. They put shorts. They did. And then they came and said, no, no, no. And they started buying the stock, causing the value to go up. And it did. It shot up. And, you bought the thing for like $3 a share. At one time, it shot up to like 400 something dollars a share. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, of course, this is how you know where your politicians stand. A phone call was made, and all these platforms stopped selling the GameStop stock. Well, what happened was then the value started to fall down again, and the people who had shorts were able to recover a big chunk of their money. And then, of course, our politicians go, "Ooh, let's go after the evil people." And I said, "No, they're not." So because these hedge funds people made a phone call to our government, they interfered in the natural flow of a market, which is illegal. And then they did a hearing, and they're going after the people from GameStop. I told everybody they would. They don't want the poor people getting rich, and they don't want you affecting their billionaire friends. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to figure out what these people did so they could pass regulations that they'll tell us is good for us, right?
Yeah.
And then it's not. So what happened was this big wave happened off the popularity of that. Somebody posted in there, well, let's do a squeeze on the most manipulated market out there. Let's do a silver squeeze. And everyone went, hell yeah. And that's what we did. So, the people in Wall Street Reddit said, look, we didn't want a silver squeeze. It doesn't make a difference who gets credit for it. I really don't, because now we have Wall Street Silver has their own website. It caused everybody to go, let's get behind this. So everybody around the world, influencers started saying, buy silver now. And sure enough, we caused a shortage. Now, what people don't understand is GameStop stock is paper. It's easy and you can do it quickly. Quickly goes up and down. Commodities are different. It takes a little time. And so everybody's like, oh, the squeeze didn't last long. I mean, it went from like 24
good
to
point, Pimpy. Good point. Yeah.
So immediately it went from 24 to like $29, and then they brought it back down. And I go, no, don't fall for that. Don't. We are making a difference. And you just don't see it right away. And now what happened? Then, our government first of all, the retail sellers, like Money Metals, Ant Mix, and all them, they had to shut down their websites on the weekend because they were running naked negatives, which means they were selling more than they had in inventory.
Yeah.
So that cost them a lot of money. It's you end up having to buy more silver to cover what you oversold, but at a higher price.
Yeah.
So they had to cut down their website. So that was a good thing. We had a good wave going. Then influencers like me were telling people, and people were hearing this from around the world. So now everybody was buying into it. And it caused a short. London became short. Perth became short. United States is short on silver. We saw huge amounts, I mean, millions of ounces of silver leaving the comics. I mean, this is record number of people taking deliveries. Now all of a sudden the mints are all closing down. Mexico mint's closing down. What they're doing is just stalling while they recoup some of their inventory from the miners, who, by the way, some of the miners are now going, nope, we're not going to sell our silver. And why? Because they're being screwed over by the manipulated market, and it keeps their profit margins this big. So now if they hold it, and somebody's going to have to cover the shorts. Somebody does,
Right.
or you have to bid it up to get it from us, and that's what's going on. Yeah, so just hang tight, keep squeezing.
So Pimpy, now people still keep on squeezing, right? Keep on squeezing, keep on buying, and then they from my common sense understanding, this will be a moment when, in order for them to have more tangible metal, they will have to raise the price.
You have to start bidding for it.
Yeah.
If they want this silver. Now keep in mind, don't forget, we're getting ready to move into this Green New Deal, whether people want it or not, which means everything is on solar panels. So you're going to see, you're already seeing copper fly up. So we used to say that silver is the poor man's gold. while copper is the poor man's silver. You know what I mean? So you're going to see copper in it is copper and silver prices will take off because it's in all the solar panels. And also keep in mind, and this is my theory is that why Elon Musk dumped $1.5 billion into Bitcoin is to keep people from buying silver, because in his new electric cars, he needs a bunch of silver in order to make the cars work. So, you know, he pumps a lot into the cryptocurrency, the value goes up, people start selling their metals, they go in, they want to ride that wave. He's buying the metals at a cheaper price, is what he's doing to cover his tuchus, you know what I mean? Or he can't build his car. So yeah, there's a shortage, there's a worldwide shortage. The wholesale market is being affected. So every year, the global demand is you have to have a billion ounces mined for the global demand, a billion. For the past 3 years, they've been deficit. They haven't made a billion. This year is worse. I was listening to Andy Shipman talk about his company did in 1 year's entire sales in the first almost 3 months of this year. That's how much silver's flying out the door. And now it's also affecting the wholesale market. You know what I mean? There's higher premiums there. And now it's starting to affect the commercial side of things. So commercials now are like, dang, they're competing with retailers. This bubble is going to pop sooner or later.
Yes,
and I heard this guy today. I heard this guy today make a good case for, you know, I hate saying these things because it's speculation, but the idea he laid out made perfectly good sense. And that is, you know, you're going to see gold probably sometime this summer is going to hit $100 an ounce. And he was saying, you know, somewhere between 50 and 100, most likely 100, because they don't have the silver to do anything. It's not there. Our Constitution says our government is responsible for making sure they meet the demands of the people who want to buy the bullion coins. They don't have it. Our mint's closing down for 2 months. They don't have the silver. Sooner or later, that bubble's going to bust, and you're going to see silver take off like a bat out of hell. Now, add in the fact that the dollar's losing its power because they keep printing trillions of dollars all the time. The combination of the two, you can see it right on the wall. The dollar's going to crash.
Yeah.
Precious metals are going to skyrocket.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Go to Money Metals, you guys. I'm telling you, they got the most competitive prices. You know,
Money Metals Exchange. If you spend for the first time $100 and you put the code Pimpy, Pimpy, I know this by heart, then you get half an ounce free of silver. Yep. Hey, yep. I remember.
Yes, I know. It's like I can see you got that pitch down pack. I go, you said it as many times as I have.
Well, I mean, every time your video, I'm actually skipping now because I'm like, I know this already. Okay.
Yeah, and then also return customers, you know, they spend more than $500 now. That's the new thing too. They get a free quarter ounce. It's just their way of saying thank you. So Money Metals is great. They've been great for my subscribers. A lot of people right now, a nice new wave of people. Finally, man, I've been nervous about some of these people transferring over 25, 30 or all of their IRAs or 401ks.
Yeah.
They're protecting themselves. So
yeah, it's time.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're in exciting times.
It's exciting. And I know before the end of the year, this will be totally different conversation, but we will catch up like in a few weeks, okay? Because a lot of changes. And
yeah. I know a lot of people are asking about, you know, the dinar. We heard rumors. Somebody, you know, somebody told people in the YouTube sphere that the dinar had already changed. It has not, people. It is not. That global currency reset was going to start on April 1st. It has not. Just be careful, stay grounded, and make sure you guys ask for proof. I'm concerned because a lot of my subscribers will call up and they're, you know, emotionally upset because of all these rumors. And I keep telling them, you know, just be careful. I told you guys and I warned you guys about that kind of stuff. I just want them to be careful because some of these people, yeah, they're just, yeah.
I would just say for me, it's, I will put this link about crypto down below, and those who don't understand, like I don't, we just go there and we check it out. But for me, I just know.
Can I make a suggestion now? If people can afford this, you know, you guys know about the Akashic. I told people in there, it's a cryptocurrency course that's offered by My Daily. But what it does, at least gives you, it's a course, it teaches you, of course, you got to pay for the course, but it teaches you the basics. You know what I mean? I say, look, people are just going in and buying crypto, zero knowledge. They're going in blind, because of rumors. And I say, hey, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. At least through the Akashics, you know what I mean? You get it, you'll learn enough to where you could be savvy about how you go about investing
Yes.
into cryptocurrencies.
But I believe in precious metals, and this is something that I
Yes.
strongly have. This is not just the faith thing, it's a strong knowing inside me that this is the way to go. So thank you, Pimpy.
Did you see the video I did with me opening the boxes? Because people always say, how come you never do a reveal video? And a reveal video is like when you get something
no,
in it.
I've seen some video with your stock last year, like several months ago.
Yeah, I just did a recent video. I did a reveal where you open up the box to see what you got in the mail and showed everybody. Oh, look at this is one of the orders I got in.
This is like unboxing Chanel handbag. You're unboxing silver.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
No, because I was moving, man. I am so busy with things. I was moving. This is my second interview in a new location.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Pimpy, thank you so much. I will attach all the links below. Pimpy channel, 2 channels, by the way. Money Metals Exchange, crypto for the dummies, and yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to go on to Coinbase, I'll walk you through. It's not very hard, sweetie, and then I can show you what you need to know. Okay.
Thank you so much, Pimpy. God bless. And we talk soon. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And no fight over crypto, please. Like, please.
Yeah, they will.